speeches. Starting us off as speaker number uno. Tim Conyers has been pondering what the digital age has brought us over these 30-plus years, and is not sure that in the long run, we're better off. Please welcome Toastmaster Tim Conyers with his speech, I Want to Go Back.
When I was growing up, there was no social media. There were 3 network news outlets that lasted for 30 minutes from 6:30 to 7 p.m. There were no cell phones, no faxes, no personal computers, no answer machines, no voicemail. If you wanted to call someone, you called them. If they answered, great. They were at home, of course. If they were at home. If they weren't, you waited till they got back. Or maybe if it was urgent, you got in the car, and if they were local, you'd go to their house, knock on the door. We did just fine. Fellow Toastmasters, members of the head table, and any welcome guests that we have, I've been thinking a lot about where we've come over all this time with the aspect of media stimulation of all types. I was fine with the way phone calls worked back then. I was fine waiting for a movie to come out 3 or 4 years later. How many of you remember when that was the case? If you missed it the first time, you maybe had to wait 3 or 4 years. I saw The Sound of Music in 1972, but the movie came out in 1975. They would run it every few years. It was the only way you could see the new movies like this. And it was fine. You know, we made it just fine. We didn't have the internet. Now, what we have is news 24/7 that just continues on and on and on with story after the story, politics and everything else under the sun. And I think what it does is it polarizes us Americans more than anything else. How many of you think that that might be the case? Yeah, I think it could be the case. You know, back then, before you had the internet, if there was a legal issue that you might have had, you weren't too proud of it or whatever it might be, people didn't know about it. Now, they know about it. If you sneeze now, it's known in 5 foreign countries and on social media within a millisecond. That's the life we live right now, isn't it? Well, I want to go back. I want to go back. I know I can't. I know the train has left the station, but I want to go back. It seemed like such a simpler time back then. We were just bombarded with a plethora of information constantly. We have to have everything immediate, don't we? Why do we want everything? Why do we have to get it immediately? You know why? Because we can. Because we can. I was at the airport the other day, flying, which is usually the way I travel. At the airport. And I was coming back on the shuttle, and I was talking with a fellow there on the shuttle, and we were just talking. It was something trivial. We didn't know the answer to. He said, "Oh, I'll just look it up." So he looks it up. And I thought, I didn't want him to look it up. I didn't need to know it right then. I just wanted to talk to him. No, he had to go in the world of all of the information that we can get instantly and tell me that. So that's the world we live in, isn't it? Immediate information. Got to have it now. We can see anything now in entertainment just like that. Instant gratification. Instantly. Going on your phone, or wherever, with all the outlets of entertainment there is. You know, I suppose you could say that I might be like an ostrich who wants to bury his head in the sand. I know the train has left the station. What about AI? We don't even want to say what it really is. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. It's not even real. It's fake. Well, I don't want to be a part of anything that's artificial or fake, except maybe some plastic surgery. I could probably use a little bit of that. Artificial intelligence. You know, people are going to make money at that somehow. I mean, that's why it's out there. Either going to make money off of it or try to influence. So what can we do about it? Well, we could choose not to watch it. We can choose to be discerning. We can choose to stop watching 24/7 news. You know, in preparation for this speech, I decided I would refrain from watching the news media for 3 full days. Now, that's not my forte to be able to do something like that. It was tempting, and I can handle just about everything except temptation. But somehow I managed to do it. And you know, I'm happy. I'm not stressed about anything. I'm not worried about what happened in Enterprise, Alabama, or Bozeman, Montana, or the latest Hollywood breakup, or world affairs. I'm not worried about it. I'm happy. I want to get involved with you guys. I want to get involved with the people down the street. I want to be able to help people. I want to make connections and communication with people. Well, I'd suggest to try to stop watching news for 2 or 3 days. Maybe even stop watching your favorite show. I love YouTube because there's so many great things on that. But I'm going to try to abstain from that for at least 5 minutes. No, I'm going to try to abstain a lot longer than that. And I think it'll be good for me. I really do. Well, I know we've passed the point of no return, I suppose. But I can't help wishing things the way they were. I want to go back. But I can't. So I'm here. Oh, excuse me, I've just got a text. Hold on just a minute. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
You rock. Pass that over to someone.